What is up, y'all? I am Cole Wright, your host of the Three Wiggle Golf Show, where we talk shop, always go for it in two, and never ever three putt. First, thank y'all for being here. If this is your first time, Mondays we release a new episode. That is our weekly wrap. There we talk about previous week in professional golf, who won, who lost, who's trending, and then we give our expert, and in my case, not so expert, picks as to who's going to find themselves in the winner's circle the upcoming week. Along with that, we'll have guests on the show a couple times a month to talk about their life, business, and love for the links. And this is I believe our 10th episode or 9th episode of the weekly wrap. Genesis Invitational was an absolute banger of a golf tournament. All the big names coming down the leaderboard in the final stretch. And it was hard to say who was going to win this thing. I mean, if you were talking about the end of the front nine, you probably would have taken Scottie Scheffler because he went out in 31 and was, I think, 2 back. It was a crazy leaderboard today, man.
It was, it was a lot of fun to watch. To watch. I really wanted to see Denny McCarthy do it. Something about that guy's game. I really like his golf swing, and putter just failed him
escaped him today.
Escaped him. And that's usually kind of what he's really, really good at. So happens sometimes.
Yeah, it does. He has been, I mean, since he's come on tour, he's been a top 10 putter consistently. It was funny. I think it was on like 16 or 15 today. He had like a 8-foot or 9-foot birdie putt, and Trevor Immelman goes, that was basically a tap in for him the last 3 days, because that's just how good he was rolling the rock. He'll get there, man. His game is really good. And when you putt that well, he'll put the pieces together and clip a W one of these days.
Yeah, Ludvig Aberg, he went and took it right from McNealy. I mean, McNealy had that putt and at the last that, fairly makeable putt to try and get the birdie. He was running out of it towards the end there, not hitting fairways. He kind of just bailed or got way ahead of his last 2 drives there.
Yeah, well, you can't miss left,
18.
and
yeah.
So he was playing the miss for sure, but I thought
up and down on 17, that par save on 17 by him was
very good.
Was nuts. That was really good.
Very good. Yeah. The rough was killing guys today, like short games. Like you see it, like obviously Patrick Cantlay and Scottie on 12, or I think it was 11, were short-sided on that par 3, and then they both duffed it. Obviously Cantlay chipped it in right after, but I mean, they were not the only 2 guys doing that all weekend long.
Oh, no.
I mean,
all week it was a challenge. Good to see, and you set the bar at 10 under, and winner ended up being 12, so it was a pretty accurate line there. I would love to see all tournaments look
just
more
like that. Yeah, man. 7 under to 12 under is a great number, man. It's because guys aren't going really low. They're consistently shooting, call it 68 over 4 days to win the golf tournament, 69 even. And then occasionally when a guy like, Maverick today, does his thing and comes out guns blazing, that just shows you how special that round really is.
Yeah, absolutely. That guy, I've been watching him quite a bit this year. His golf swing, it's even different than it was just at the beginning of the year. I listened to a podcast.
Literally just from when he won before the end of the year in the fall swing.
Yeah. I mean, his main thing, like he practices hockey, like slap shots in hockey. That's like his speed training for golf. And that's kind of what he tries to mimic his golf swing, like is like a slap shot.
Interesting. That makes sense. Now that you say that, you can totally see it.
Yeah. And so his main prerogative at the beginning of the year was taking it outside and then kind of coming over the top and just slapping down on it, making a divot. And he was, just hitting pretty much all cuts. Doing that. As you expect. And then, I don't know, today I was watching, got to see almost all of his golf shots, and he hit a lot of tight little draws, especially with the irons. So he maybe got it a little bit more to neutral, and he seemed like he had a pretty darn good command over the golf ball today, moving it right to left, left to right, whatever it may be.
Right. So. No, absolutely. Ludvig, man, was I don't think he gets enough credit for this win today because so he came out, whenever they played Torrey Farmers, shot 9 under on the first day on the North course, and then he withdraws from being sick. Or I don't even know if he withdrew. Did he finish that tournament?
No, he finished the tournament.
He gutted it out, but he fell way back.
Like in second place going into Saturday, and then he just
flopped.
He ended up he went from like 9 under through 27 holes to like 4 over or something like that for the tournament.
You would not, at the start of today, like he was not really on the radar of a guy who was gonna surge.
Not even really at the start of the back 9.
Right.
Was he someone that you're thinking, okay, this guy can win it? Really?
No.
He just goes and birdies 4
in a row, and then 4 out of his last 6. That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, he just hits the golf ball so incredibly pure that he just. Dude, get those dogs to shut up. Punt him. Just punt him off the bridge, Ron Burgundy style. Dude, he just hits it so pure, and so when he putts decent, it's like, all right, look out, the guy will just rattle off a bunch of birdies. But Scottie was right, like again, like literally, he made the turn, and I'm like, okay, I guess Scottie's going to win the tournament, because that's just what you assume.
Yeah.
With his skill.
I was watching yesterday, and he's in the final pairing, and he goes and he makes a birdie to tie the lead with Davis Thompson yesterday, I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, Scottie's probably just going to win it this week. And I even went to FanDuel to check on the odds, and his odds went to minus 150 to win the tournament. And the next closest was Davis Thompson, who was tied with him, and he was plus 600. The 650 point difference between the two.
Yeah.
Is what FanDuel had him at. And I was thinking the same thing. Obviously ended up being incorrect by, a few shots, but
still
pretty crazy.
At the start of the week, his odds were 4-1 to win this thing.
Yeah.
They gave the guy a 25% chance. Flip a coin twice. You're going to win, Scottie. Like we haven't seen anything like that since literally Tiger era.
Yeah.
Odds pushed out like that. So
it was wild. And for him to even go, I think it was third or T3, I think is what he finished up at.
Yeah, T3.
And really didn't have his best stuff by any means. He had the left with the driver and
bad. He was double crossing it with his irons too. He was double crossing it the whole week. Yeah. He's been doing that pretty much since he came back. He's been double crossing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a very minor left miss.
Yeah.
For
it's
him,
just a pull. He's not hooking it. He's just pulling it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a little pull.
And then, man, poor Rory, dude. The guy, it's a miracle that he finished as good as he did because he played awful. And his putting was atrocious all week long.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't feel like, ball striking wise, he wasn't necessarily terrible. All week, but his putting just kind of escaped.
Yeah. Yeah. It was tough. There was no other golf on. I was looking to see there was no LPGA Tour event this weekend. There was no Korn Ferry Tour event.
And Live Adelaide.
Okay. So is this the first Live event of the year then? Second. Is this Joaquin? Joaquin won, right?
Last year, I think he won it, and then I think
he won it this week, right? Didn't he?
Did he win this week?
I'm pretty sure I just saw that post. Okay, I want to say I just saw that because they said it was his third win. D-Rap. Yeah, Danny Rapp posted it. Yeah. Because he was making a point, how Joaquin he's for whatever reason kind of escaped the PR heat from going to Live. He's won 3 times, so he's made $43 million on the Live Tour just in earnings. And then on top of that, he went and played and won PGA Australia. He's now gotten into majors, and he's just kind of been not a bridge of a player for the two tours, but like he's been able to see more of the PGA Tour events than pretty much anybody else.
Yeah, he was one of the big the big whiners about it last year, whining that, he might not be able to play in all of the majors because of being on the LIV tour. And it's kind of like, hey,
you knew what you were signing up for, dude.
You know what you signed up for, buddy. I don't really feel bad for any of those guys that are like, oh, I want the OWGR.
Like, I want to be on a Ryder Cup team. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you signed up for all this money. You knew there was no point whenever you got there. Yeah. Whether you were told that you were going to get the points or not, whatever. But you took that risk whenever you signed up for it. If you hate it so much, then do the LIV payoff deal and pay back, like, I think it's like 190% of what you made. And
what is that? What
go
it
back
is?
to the PGA
Something
Tour?
like that.
It's something astronomical. It's like you join the LIV, you really can't afford to leave it.
Oh, that's disgusting. Well, so I don't know if you caught that tiny little clip of the broadcast when Tiger came on. He was talking to Trevor and Jim, and he was saying they were asking him about what his thoughts were on progress being made, and the last statement, Jim was like, so should we expect to see something happening, this year or soon? And Tiger said yes and yes. So
yeah,
we'll see. Whenever I had Ray on the podcast after we got off and we were chit-chatting, he actually told me, he was like, dude, it's like Tiger's kind of the guy hanging up this whole thing, because it's the PGA Tour basically is transitioning into basically his entire legacy, because he's done so much for the game of golf. He's moved the needle in such a way that despite Jack having more majors, he just hasn't done. And, obviously I don't know all the ins and outs, all the details to that, but I could certainly see some truth to that. And so I hope that he wasn't beating around the bush and just kind of blowing smoke up everybody's ass, and that there is going to be a merger to fall through, to come through in the next 6, 8, 10 months.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what that kind of looks like. 'Cause, whereas both tours are maybe kind of failing because the product's not as good because we're not getting the best players. There is a lot more guys getting opportunities now.
Yeah.
Because of 2 leagues. So, I mean, what you do about that, I don't know how that works, but I would love to see, guys like Brooks and DJ. I mean, I don't know how competitive DJ is anymore. But yeah, Joaquin Neiman, another great one. Abraham Answer was one of my favorite guys to watch on tour. Before he left.
I mean,
so,
still you got
names.
Yeah, I mean, Bryson obviously is huge, and then
Bryson.
I'm trying to think who's the other guy. He has the really, really shallow, whippy swing.
John Rahm?
No.
Sergio Garcia?
No, he's on Brooks's team. I'm just totally drawing a blank on his name right now.
Taylor Gooch.
I mean, he had a little success on the PGA Tour right before he went over to LIV, and so he's another guy that you bring him back, like he's a top of the leaderboard type of guy, and there's a lot of those over there. So yeah, it kind of sucks, but yeah, I hope they get it worked out. So have you played golf since you last played at Staley, when you played that 9 and 18?
I mean, North Carolina. Last week.
But outside of that, you haven't played.
No. It's looking like the end of the month. I think the 26th or 25th through the 29th is like every temps above 50.
Okay.
So hopefully we don't get pounded with a bunch of snow here on Tuesday, and we're able to get out then. But it's not looking like anytime soon right now.
Yeah, I know for sure. I'm kind of tired of. I've been posting all this content of like old footage. I'm like, I'm tired of that shit. I want to post some current stuff, So and garage videos are fine, but they're just not as good, So
no,
you need to be on the golf course or on the driving range, that kind of thing. But dude, it was a great tournament. It was cool that it was at Torrey. I mean, I would have loved to have it been at Riviera just because Riviera is such a, iconic staple venue on the PGA Tour. It has been for freaking ever. So that's kind of sad, but RIP.
Would have been cool to be there, but
I'm
sure it'll be back.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it'll be back there next year. I get that. R.I.P. Coltita Woods. So just give her a quick shout out to Tiger's mom. That sucks. That's awful as an individual who's lost your mother. That fucking blows donkey dick. So sorry about that, Tiger. Hate that you're going through that, and hate that even more for Charlie and Sam. But I do got to give a shout out to my boy Tim. So I was in St. Louis yesterday. Addie and I went over to stay the night with some friends, and my buddy Tim, he likes golf, but he's not a golfer. Like, he's played one round of golf, and it was with me. And he picked Ludvig to win it. So he texted me after he won. He goes, "Am I the king of golf?" And I said, I suppose so.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Said I think he's going to win 3 times earlier this year. So
yeah,
I mean, there's one of them.
Yeah, for sure. I like him clipping his first major this year too. I can't remember. I want to say he had a top 10 finish at Augusta last year. So
yeah, he was right there. He was like maybe even tied for the lead, or
at
one
one
back
point
of the lead at one point, and then Scottie just took over the way he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, on Sunday, I believe he was like one back or tied for the lead, or maybe even took the lead at one point.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of picks, Spencer's now 2-0 in our week-to-week battle. So Finau had a great week. It didn't after the first few days. It was like he had made the cut, but he wasn't way up there. But he had a good weekend. I mean, he went 5 under, and then I think he shot 3 under today.
Yeah,
2 or 3. So I mean, he had played really well over the weekend.
Had a really good finish. Yeah,
really good finish. My boy Spieth flopped, missed the cut. So that kind of
I got exactly what I was expecting to get out of Finau there. Just a solid performance, and probably know he's not going to win.
Top 15,
Yeah, that's where he lives if he's playing well, and he seems to be, he's playing solid right now.
I mean, he had a little run a few years ago, where he won 3 or 4 times.
1, 2, or 3. Yeah, and that's what I said.
A playoff event. I think he won the BMW.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be one of those guys that gets that first win, and then he's going to start winning.
Starts clipping them off. Yeah,
it's just the putter. What's that guy?
He's always tinkering with the putter.
Yeah,
toe up, toe down, mallet, blade, mid mallet. Like, dude, fucking just commit to something.
Saw, pencil grip, left hand low.
Yeah,
he's left hand low right now, I believe. I think he should just stay at that left hand low. That seems to be what fits him. But that's what's always affected him.
Yeah. After you fucking started chirping me on Saturday, I decided that I'm done making empathetic picks for guys I like, and I'm making picks based off stats now.
Yeah, you gotta make the educated pick.
Yeah. Oh man. Shoot. So what do we got next week? What's on the board for next week?
Mexico Open.
Okay. So Jake Knapp.
Yeah. Jake Knapp defending. Yeah.
Jake Knapp defending. Okay. Cool. Is it at the? Do you know if it's at the same place?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me look real quick.
I'm looking at the field briefly before I'm logging on here.
All right. So.
Haven't even looked at this field yet?
No, not yet.
You trying to compete with me?
Well, I mean, come on. All right. Yeah, Jake
Knapp did have a pretty good set.
This week he did?
Yeah, and he played well, yeah.
Yeah. Who are you taking? Have you got your pick in mind already?
I've got 3 guys in mind.
Well, you only get one, so.
I know. Well, I was kind of waiting to see if you were going to pick first or if you wanted me to pick first.
Yeah, go ahead and send it off. I mean, you won. Let's roll it that way. If you win, because in the event that we do have, like, coincidentally, let's say we pick the same person.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So since you won previous week, you go first.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go with a guy that seems to be in pretty good form that in the field for this next week, Mav McNealy.
Mav McNealy.
It's kind of like my second time picking it. Or I think I picked him at the dark horse earlier this year, but he seems to be in pretty good form. So we'll see if he can stay hot going into this one.
Yeah. All right. I have the person in mind, but I need to confirm if they're in the field, and for some reason it's being a pain loading right now. I want to go with Daniel Berger, but I don't know if he's flying down there.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw him in the field or not.
All right. I'm looking right now. Come on, baby. Get me over there. Schedule. There we go. Come on. Field. No, Berger is not in the field. Okay. All right. That's all right. That's all right. Okay, so you're going with a one Maverick McNealy. That would have been cool if he would have won down there in San Diego. You know, they would have started clipping like Top Gun music and.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you know about his dad at all? Scott McNealy?
No, I don't think so.
He's a billionaire.
Oh, okay, classy.
Yeah. That was kind of part of why I thought mentally I could go ahead and pick him to just stay hot and not let today kind of like gut him to that. You know, that win's not going to impact his life that much. You know, his dad's a billionaire. Everything will be fine.
Honestly, man, let's just run it back with Jake Knapp. I mean, he's been playing good. He's been playing good through this West Coast swing. So, and I like that.
That was one of my three. That was one of my three.
Yeah.
Had Rasmus Højgaard not played so poorly this week, that was going to be my pick.
Yeah. And he played really great last week, too. He just, he kind of chunked it this week.
Yeah.
He crushes it. Both of those Højgaard brothers do.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to take him. I might regret not taking him, but
yeah,
we'll stick with Mav. See if we can stay hot.
Mav and Jake. Okay, cool. All right, man. Well, yeah, no other tour events going on. Live, like I said, Joaquin won that, but that's pretty much it. And there was not a whole lot going on. I mean, it was a really, like I said, we talked about it was a really great tournament. All the stars were out. I mean, outside of Max Homa and Jordan Spieth, they both fucking shit the bed again. And dude, Max has got to be borderline on suicide watch. I mean, he's been playing bad.
Well, so I mean, did you see his interview though after it?
I did. He said something that was very like encouraging.
Yeah, I don't think he's that far off. I think he's just maybe playing a little bit too aggressively now.
Well, he's also going through a pretty what appears. So he got rid of Mark Blackburn, so now he's his self-diagnosed swing coach, which there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have any problem with that. But now you're in your own head, you know, taking responsibility for your own swing, and so it's just that can be a difficult thing.
I think he went to a different swing coach this year.
I heard when I was watching on Tuesday during the practice round, the commentator was saying he left. Like that's literally exactly what I heard him say. So unless he's with somebody and they were wrong.
I know he switched to a different guy at the beginning of this year or after last season, but maybe he just got rid of him just now too.
Maybe okay. I'm wondering if that's what it was. If he went to somebody after Mark, maybe he did that and was just like, I'm just want to roll solo. Yeah. I just want him to play good, man. He's such a fan favorite. Everybody loves him, and his commentary is always great, you know?
Yeah, I think it's, maybe he is one guy that needs to not have so many swing thoughts going on and just, go play golf a little bit more.
Go out and play.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can just see it. He's a guy that, like, when he's playing bad, you can visibly see that he's overthinking and he's overanalyzing. And then the opposite is when he starts playing good, he's just dripping with confidence. He's just walking confidently. He just, club twirl, throws it in the bag, eats a Snickers bar and a bottle of water, and like goes to his next shot. So like,
yep,
yeah. Let's see more of that in 2025, Max. We're rooting for you, pal.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, buddy. You got anything else you want to
add? Have you watched the Bombed Up Sports versus the Spittin' Chicklets video yet?
No. Is that a recent in the last week?
I think it is in the last week. The Spittin' Chicklets is 3 hockey guys.
Okay.
Or 3. I think it's 3 former NHL hockey players
Okay. I think I saw a clip of this on Instagram.
Playing against them. It's pretty fun little match to watch. I haven't gotten through the full video yet, but it's pretty fun, and it's some pretty good comedy in there.
Okay, good. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. I will watch that.
You bet.
All right, y'all. That's gonna be a wrap for this week's episode. Stay tuned for next week and see whose pick comes out on top. Root for me, please. I'm 0-2 going into this week. So likes, comment, subscribe, leave a review. That'd be great. Share it with a friend. At Three Wheel Golf Co. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. I think I said Instagram. Just go follow them all.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
See you, buddy.